Well, most families are full of odd and interesting stories and even characters, but lots of people think it takes an English degree to get it all down on paper. And here to prove just how easy it is to write a memoir is Sarah White from First Person Productions. Good morning to you, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So I would like for some children of older parents, you hear their stories throughout the years and you think that you'll remember all the details, but they don't come as quickly. So talk about the importance of writing and getting all your stories down.
Well, certainly so that you know the stories of your family is a primary one. That's how values get passed along. It's your family tree, you grow up under the shade of that tree. It's the stories that communicate that.
And at what point do you recommend people start working on this?
There's developmental stages all through adulthood, and somewhere around between 55 and 75, you hit a stage called summing up. And that's really a time when we're mentally and emotionally ready to work on our memoirs. But you can start at any time. It's an engaging hobby. So
Really?
I have people as young as 20, 25 who take my classes. They enjoy creative writing.
Well, they still remember, right?
Right.
So what are some of the objects that maybe people get stuck and think, oh, or my story isn't that interesting? What are some things you can use to?
So many people say, oh, who would be interested in my story, or I haven't done anything important. But, you know, even the everyday stories of how you do household chores and things, in the future, that's going to be a total mystery. You know, when women talk about how they did laundry before washing machines, it's fascinating, really.
My mother just told me last night, I never knew this, that when I was little, she listened to opera music while she cleaned. See, and I never would have known that otherwise.
Yeah.
So now you offer classes that will help people start putting all of this together.
Yeah, classes are a great way to get started and stay motivated because a class offers two things. It offers an audience and it offers a deadline. So people get very motivated when they know that next week there's a group of people waiting to hear your story.
So what are some of the objects that people might help them move into remembering things?
Well, you know, I try all different kinds of prompts and memory recall techniques. I teach a cookbook memoir class because food is certainly a subject, and you know, the sensory prompts of when you taste a juicy peach, memories come back of, you know, maybe your mom and canning peaches with her, or, you know, so food is one avenue in. Travel, I teach a travel memoir class sometimes too, because that's an easy way to get started writing. You know where the experience began, where it ended, what the arc of the story is. So that's an easy way to get started. Just pick a trip and write about it.
So eventually what you encourage people to do, and what you help them to do, is actually publish all of this. And this is one of them that you've done.
Yeah, let me tell you the story of that quickly, because it's so sweet. Joe Kolch was in his 80s living in a nursing home, and his daughter began visiting him and writing down the stories that he would tell her, you know, just sort of for something to do together. She'd bring her laptop and just type as he talked, no fancy recording equipment. And when they had collected all the stories, he felt like it was complete. They came to me, I did a little simple copy editing and then layout and design, and we self-published this book, which then he had a party at the nursing home. He had been a journalist, you know, so it got covered in the paper, everybody came, it was a big event in his life, and just a really wonderful thing to do for an old gentleman.
Sarah, I just think it's such a fabulous idea. You do have a class, another new class coming up.
New class starting up September 25th, 9:30 to 11:30, 8 weeks at the West Side Senior Center.
Excellent, and they can also contact you through your website.
Right.
And we'll provide a link for that
I've got a list of
website.
upcoming classes on the website. You can get all the details there.
Well, just a fascinating subject. Thanks so much for sharing the details with us.